Good morning again. This morning we're taking your legal questions. Joining us this morning, as every Saturday morning, our legal analyst, Gerald Treece. Good morning, Gerald. How are you?
Good morning and happy post-Thanksgiving.
Happy post-Thanksgiving. I still have the...
Let's not even start
I still have
on
the
how
urge
much
for more leftovers.
Gluttony reached a new level during the holidays. Let's get to these questions.
You must embrace it. Okay,
Indeed.
Let's go to our first question. From Pearland. I gave my girlfriend a very nice engagement ring. Unfortunately, we have just broken up, and I do not think we're going to get back together. How do I go about getting this expensive ring back? Wow.
I've got two answers for you. There is a technical law called the Law of Conditional Gifts. It's very technical because she has to have broken it off. That is, broken off the engagement. You have an argument. I tell people it's better if it's an heirloom or something, pursue it. But, you know, the real problem, a lot of times you're pursuing things for the emotional attachment. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but sooner or later you got to let this thing go. But if she broke it up, broke off the relationship, it's either an heirloom or super expensive. You may try to pursue it, but the final analysis, I feel like Dr. Love here, let it go and move on, son.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Love. Let's get to our next question from Memorial. Is it legal for that person to display on her truck the terribly offensive expression related to President Trump and those who voted for him?
You know, the First Amendment protects all sorts of offensive speech, all sorts of troublesome speech. But that's pretty much political speech. The Supreme Court, back in a case from California back in the 70s, used that same type of language and said it's protected crude political speech. That's one answer. The problem is, even if you want to protect the children, which is a legitimate interest, the statute goes too far here in Texas. So if it's at a shopping center, private property, you can't do that. But as far as a state statute going after this conduct, I don't think they can. It doesn't make it morally right, but the First Amendment doesn't care about morality. They care about the law.
All right. Our last question now from Houston. I am a convicted felon, but I've served my sentence and have tried to turn my life around. When can I own a gun in Texas?
Y'all listen really carefully to this because it sounds complicated, and it is. There is a Texas law that says 5 years after you've been released, you can be in possession of a firearm. But I'm trying to tell people who write me, it's in conflict with federal firearms law, where a convicted felon cannot possess or own such a weapon. Here's what you do. You go on your computer to the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles. You apply for a pardon. If you can get a pardon, then the next step is to apply for gun ownership. But it's 1, 2, 3. First of all, just because you think you want to be in possession after 5 years, you're in federal violation. The federal law trumps the state law. Apply to the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and all good things will happen.
All right. That is the final answer, and that's the final question.
Let's go Christmas shopping.
Let's do it, right?
We better soon.
I'm already out of money just thinking about it. Hey, if you've got a legal question you'd like to have answered, just email Professor Gerald Treece at the email you see right there on your screen. Okay? All right.